Garrett, what's so special about this Silverado? I mean, nothing really, except that it's got the 3-liter inline 6 Duramax turbo diesel, which I've been wanting to review ever since I drove the competitor, the Ram Eco Diesel. It's a V6 turbo diesel, um, and up until the last, I don't know, 3-4 years, 1500 half-ton trucks have never had diesels as options. So you've always had to opt for the heavy-duty 2500s to 3500 trucks, which for the person that lives in the city or lives in the suburbs that doesn't haul heavy, doesn't need a 3/4 or 1-ton truck as a daily driver and or something to haul around what they have, which could just be, you know, a UTV or a motorcycle or just doing home projects around the house. This is where these half-ton trucks with these diesels come into play. So, like I said, this is the 2021 Silverado RST crew cab with the Duramax. Hey, there's Jerry back there. It is 4-wheel drive. It's a crew cab, obviously full crew cab with a standard bed in the back. So this, let me pop the hood on this engine. By the way, this color is called North Sky Blue Metallic. It's a pretty color. We're going to talk mostly about this engine. There's not much going on in the interior. You guys have seen these trucks, these newer trucks, and they're all pretty much the same. So there you go. There's your turbo right there. Inline 6 Duramax diesel. So this engine makes 277 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque, I believe. And it goes through a 10-speed automatic, which, again, the new 10-speed automatics are fantastic. This truck drives like a regular gas truck around town. You don't, there's nothing that really tells you that it's the turbo diesel aside from a little bit of the clatter, and you can hear the turbo. For those that don't like, the loudness of a turbo diesel or whatever, you don't have any of that with this engine. You can definitely tell it's a diesel at idle because it clacks a little bit, but it's not like, your old 6.6 Duramax, the LB7s and stuff like that. It's really refined, it's really smooth, and I averaged 23 miles to the gallon on this tank of fuel, which I almost got over 500 miles out of one tank, which is very, very impressive. Now, granted, I was driving mostly highway, so that's why it was probably pretty good, but 23 miles to the gallon is great for a half-ton truck. This truck can tow 9,500 pounds, which is fairly respectable, again, for a half-ton truck. And just to give you perspective, you guys with diesels that are diesel guys, I had a 99 Ram 2500 half-ton or 3/4 ton diesel with a 24 valve Cummins. Now, granted, that was 21 years ago, 22 years ago, but that engine was a 5.9 liter inline 6, so 2.9 liters bigger than this one, and it only made 215 horsepower and I think equal torque. So to consider, granted, we are 22 years ahead, and you think that in 22 years we'd be able to make stuff more efficient, but an engine that is 2.9 liters smaller with a turbo that I'm sure is smaller than the one that was on the Cummins makes more horsepower and just about the same torque. And it's in a half-ton truck that gives better fuel economy. So that's pretty. So that's pretty much the truck. I mean, I'm not going to get too in depth with it. I'm going to show you guys the price and how everything's broken down. But the interior is nothing really that fancy. It's got leather seats, which are a $760 option. Leather front seats that are heated. These are not cooled. You got all your buttons right here. This button's interesting. I don't think I've seen this on the other trucks, but like it rolls all the windows down simultaneously, which is pretty cool. Your button for your power accessories right here. Tailgate button. It just opened it right there. Auto stop start, which is actually very smooth in this truck. I'm not a fan of it in most vehicles, but it's pretty smooth. The parking sensors actually have not worked since I've had this truck for the past week. I don't know why. I think that it's a common issue with these trucks for some reason, but yeah, the parking sensors did not work. I've mentioned this in the 2500 video, the Duramax video. GM needs to redesign this whole center console because I think there's just a lot of wasted space with these like hard buttons right here for volume. This screen needs to be so much bigger because it's lacking against its competition tremendously. There's my Shadow Systems 9mm Glock, by the way, all my gun guys. You got your split center glove boxes right here. Back seats have gotten a lot bigger, which I'm thankful for. That's one thing that Chevy didn't do well, is optimize their cab space, but they do have significantly bigger room, or more room back here, I should say, leg room. Like I said, leather seats back here. I'll just show you guys the price breakdown on this. So the base price is $46,500 for this. Is a RST, like I said. The Duramax is a $2,400 option. The All-Star Edition is $2,100. Gives you the screen for infotainment with the wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all that stuff. Power sliding rear window, which is nice. HD backup camera, the wheels, safety package. Obviously, like I said, the front and rear parking sensors didn't work for whatever reason. Leather seats, $760. Bed protection, which is the spray and bed liner. You can get that aftermarket anywhere, but I mean, Chevy charges $685 for that. Trailer brake, and the total price is $55,500 for this truck. So again, you can get the standard 5.3. You can even get the 6.2 gas motor, but the Duramax is pretty sweet. I won't lie to you. And what's cool is they even offer this engine into the SUVs, which is a new thing for this year. They offer it in the Tahoe, the Yukon, and the Escalade. You guys remember I had the new Escalade, and I really wanted to drive the Duramax to see what it was like compared to the gas motor. But they're not out yet, I don't believe, or they just haven't been available to press vehicles. So when I saw that this one was available, I said, let me get this so I can talk about it. As you've seen in the beginning of the video, this thing is not going to win any drag races. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's very smooth. The transmission pulls great. The tow rating is respectable, and it's just a smooth riding truck. You figure out these parking sensors, whether it's a common issue or just this truck, I don't know. But aside from that, I don't have any complaints. So 2021 Duramax gets you this truck basically, at least in this trim. It goes all the way up to the high country. But this one right here will set you back $55,000. And hope you guys like it.